Okay, so Mr. Yasin, today we are continuing our how to secure router access because the last class we stopped here, right?
Right.
Okay, so we have multiple options to secure our router. So remember, we have multiple options to access router. So we have console access, so we can secure our console access. If you have some routers which support auxiliary remote access, so you can secure auxiliary access. We can configure telnet because telnet is also used for remote access.
Yeah.
So telnet we will work later because first we have to work on console. Auxiliary is not in use. Okay, then we'll work on this enable password, enable secret password, and encryption.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's come. Okay, so for that, what we can do. Okay, so we are taking just a single router. Okay, so here we'll write no. Remember last time I said we are not going to follow the Cisco template.
Yes.
Now you are in user mode. So first you write here enable conf t. Okay, and if you'll type here exit, can you see here? Uh,
Yeah.
you're getting something like console, right?
Right.
Yes. So you are accessing this router on console mode. Okay. So this
Okay.
platform, whatever you are getting here, you are getting through console. But what I mean to say that if maybe this is a router, right? Maybe this is a company router. So if you configure the things and you exit and you went out, somebody will come type enable conf t and he can do whatever he want, right?
Yeah.
Then how you are going to secure it? Okay. So
Okay.
for securing, like as you know that we have to come to configuration mode because we are going to configure something. So what we are going to learn here, how to configure console password. Okay.
Okay.
So you can type here conf t and then you can first you can change host name r1. See name is changed. Then you can type here line console 0. Why 0? Because there is single entry point, single console. There is a single console cable or single console port. That's why 0. 0 is 1. Okay. And when you have to type,
Okay.
yeah, like if you want to count 5 in the Cisco, so 0 1 2 3 4 like that. Okay.
Okay.
And if you want to verify, see if you type here line console question mark, see only one single line, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have
Right.
to type the command like this line console 0. Okay, then you type here password, you can say Cisco. Okay, and when this password will be asked while login, means in the user mode. Okay, and then you can type here
Okay.
end, and now you have to save. So for saving, you remember you can write copy running configuration to a startup configuration,
Yeah.
or you can write.
Or I
But
can
yes,
write.
yes, but Cisco recommend this one, copy running configuration to a startup configuration, short command. Okay, R means running, S means a startup. No need to write full. Not taken.
Okay.
Okay, copy running config to a startup config. Save. So I have saved it. Once you have saved it, and if you are clicking exit, see you
Yeah.
came to which mode? User mode. But see, before entering into user mode,
User.
you have to put password. But which
You need to
password?
put it.
The password what
Yeah.
you have given, Cisco. See, now you type enable
Yeah.
quantity like that. Okay. So how we came to know? Auxiliary is also same like this. You can type here line AUX. Okay. Question mark.
Okay.
Okay. 0. Then same here. Pass password Cisco 1
We forgot the next.
EAW
Password.
password Cisco 1 when login time and then exit. But we cannot test this one because we do not have remote modem or something like that. Okay, but you can configure line AUX also. In why we are get
Yeah.
we are why we are knowing this one, because maybe if you'll go to the company and company is using some kind of old device, so at that time you can use the auxiliary system. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so which through this command we have secure only user mode, right?
Right.
This user. So Cisco, I came here. So there is one more command to secure our privilege mode. Okay, so see
Okay.
how to secure our privilege. You just type here enable password Cisco 1 and then exit and then save it if you want, and then see user access mode. So here is the console password, so Cisco.
Cisco.
Okay, then you type enable, then privilege mode, so Cisco 1. Now I came to
One.
enable, yes, then quantity,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but there is
Okay.
one problem is what, let me save it first. Problem is, maybe if any user will come, okay,
Yeah.
if he will type like
Mm-hmm.
this, so running config or so startup config, whatever he type. So when he will type so running config or startup config, so he can see the commands which has been used in the router for configuration. So see host name R1 you have
Yeah.
configured. See enable password is visible Cisco 1,
Password. Yeah.
and even
Okay.
the console password is also visible. Even AUX password is also visible, right?
Okay.
Then you'll say
Right.
okay, so he will come and he will see, he will type. So what is the security then? Are you getting? So Cisco said okay,
Yes,
no
sir.
problem, there is one option to encrypt that password. Okay, so with this command
Mm.
service password encryption, this command, okay, this is the command service
Okay.
password encryption. After that exit, save it, and then type so running config. Now see, it is encrypted. You'll see that the password is in encrypted mode, right?
All right.
Yes, but now one other problem came. And what was that problem? See here, Google break Cisco label password 7. Why password 7? Because if you'll see here, password 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right.
if you'll go there, I am now. So there are multiple tools as well as website also. You paste that password, the encrypted password, and click here crack password. See, can you see?
Okay. Okay. I
So
see.
yes. So after this the password is cracked. So this method is also not secure, right? This method
Right.
is also not secure. So Cisco says that okay, no problem. Let me give you another password, that is hashing algorithm password, like MD5 password. Conft. Here you can type here enable secret CCMP. Simple command. Exit and then save it and then exit. Okay, so now tell me the first password is which password? User console
Cisco.
password, right? So it is
Yeah.
Cisco. Okay, enable. What is the second password?
Cisco one.
And so here you have two password.
Yes.
See, here you have this device. Okay, so the first
Okay.
password is console
Password.
password. Console password, which
Yeah.
is also known, this is user verification password. Okay, in
Okay.
user mode. Okay, so you can give this
Mhm.
as R1 here, right? User
Right.
mode. Okay, then after we added one more password, that was privilege mode password. That was, you can say it was enable password. Enable
Password.
password. But the this is enable password, but the both password was unsecure password, right? So what we did,
Right.
with the help of service password encryption command, service password encryption, we encrypted that password, right?
Right.
Okay, but due to some software or some online method, you cracked this password, right?
Right.
Okay, and why this password, why we encrypted this password? Here we give Cisco, and here we gave
Cisco one.
Cisco one. But why we encrypted? Because it was visible, right?
Visible.
Yes. So whenever any password is visible, that is known as text mode password. Okay. Text mode means
Okay.
normal, yeah, normal password. Okay. Text mode
Yeah. Yeah.
password.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
so we encrypted. So text mode password is known as password 7. Cisco call it as a password 7. Okay.
Password seven.
So we broke the password. So you say, then Cisco said, okay, no problem, let me give you one another password, which is known as enable secret password.
Password.
Enable enable secret password. Okay, so this enable password and this enable secret password are both on a same place, which is known as privilege mode. Okay,
Okay.
privilege mode, which is our this one R1 hash. Now,
Okay.
so this enable password is password 7 and this enable secret is password 5. Okay. It call it as a technical name in Cisco, it call it as a password 5. Now,
Password 5.
yeah, and this is encrypted by default.
Okay.
Encrypted by default.
Default.
Yeah. By default with MD5 hashing algorithm. There is one message digest hashing algorithm. With that method, it is encrypted. Okay.
Okay.
Now tell me which one is secure. This enable password is secure, more secure, or this one is more secure. The enable secret password. The enable password is secure, or this one.
The enable password is secure.
Enable password. But the both password is on a same location. Okay. So
Okay.
here Cisco is saying that if you will give Cisco, this one is what? It was CCNP, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a small CCNP. Okay. So Cisco is saying that if you are using this password, first you have to use this password. Okay.
Okay.
First we have to use this password. Okay.
Okay.
After that we have this both password on the same location. So if you will use this password, then you have to use this password also. Okay, but if you will
Yeah.
directly use this password, no need to use this password. Understood?
Okay.
So we can verify this one. So let's come here. I will put here Cisco1 see is asking for that password. So if I'm writing here CCNP, then I'm able to log in. Let me exit. CISCO user verification enable, and directly now I'm putting that password, the secret one, CCNP. See, directly log in. No need to put that, this password.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So if you will verify that, okay, what is the level of this password? So Cisco enable CCNP. Okay, so running config. See, this is known as password 5 and it is secret,
File.
more stronger than this one, and it is by
Yeah.
default encrypted. So if you
Encrypted.
will try to break this one, copy Cisco password 5. If you'll try this one, see, it's trying, but it's not possible password. Okay, like you cannot crack it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So this enable secret is more secure than,
Run service encrypted.
yes.
Yeah.
Now tell me, if whenever I'm trying to log into the system, okay, which password I'm
Okay.
using? Exit. See the first password. First password I'm using CISCO Cisco, which is console password. Enable.
Console
Enable.
password.
We have two password. One is enable password and one is enable secret password. So we are using CCNP secret password. So
Yeah.
for what we can do, we can come here and we can remove no enable password. Which one? To remove that, this password 7. Okay, this one. Okay, because this is not important now. Okay,
Okay.
so you
Okay.
can remove this one like this. No enable password. Enter, and now you type here so running config. See, now there is only secret 5, no password 7.
Right.
Okay, okay. Now one
Okay.
problem will come. Again one problem is there. Problem is, like, you have secured it, no problem. But inside your company, you have five admin user, network admin
Yeah.
user. Okay, like user 1, user 2, and user 3. So user 1 came to the system and he wants to log in, but here he is getting only password information. So Cisco, no username, enable CCNP, right? So how you will identify that which user has accessed the system? Are you getting?
Yeah.
So
Okay, get
now
it.
we are coming to know how to enhance router access with username. Okay. So now we are
Okay.
going to define username. Like I will say here username. Okay. I will say Yasin. Okay. Privilege. Privilege you can understand later also, no problem. Normally you can say Yasin. Password. I will say tell him that CCI. Again I will say username J, password 123 at Cisco. To user, now you can exit here. Okay. And then you remember in console access we have to change something. So we will come here to line console 0, and instead of login we have to type here login local. Okay, means the login database is locally saved. Okay, now you
Okay.
can exit, and then you can exit, and you can save it, and then you can exit. See, username. So if Yasin came to the system and he wants to log in, he will put his Yasin username password. I gave what? CCI.
CCI.
Yeah, see, now you can easily log in. Okay. So whatever you are configuring to this router, there will be a log stored, and admin will know that okay, Yasin has configured or Yasin has logged to the system from this time to this time.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is enhanced security. Okay. So always
Okay.
in the company you have to give username and password to the devices.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay, remember how we, after configuration, we have to save the configuration, right?
Right.
Yes. So whenever we save the configuration, we write like this: copy running config, means whatever is running in my system, please save that information. So whatever is running in your system, the configuration, it is running inside RAM. So when you run this
Yeah.
command, it replace and it save those information to
Yeah.
startup
Yeah.
config. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you are running this copy running config to a startup config, it will come here. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so let me show you one thing here. So if you will come here and if you will type here copy running config to a startup config. Okay. And then if you type here so run, see, host name is there, secret password is there. Okay. So running config, right?
Right.
And if you'll type here so a startup st a startup config, see, same thing, right? Why? Because
So.
yeah, it is saved in your nvram. But if you will type something so running config, and if you are getting something, and but when you are typing so a startup config and you are not getting it, means that configuration is not saved yet. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you can run this command also, you can run this also, this also, this also. Okay.
Okay. The similarly command.
Yes, but Cisco recommend this one.
The first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So running config will show you the RAM information, startup will show you the NVRAM information. Okay,
Mm. Okay.
but shortcut people use this one, but Cisco recommend this one in exam, but in real life you can use it, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, now remember yesterday we have seen how to erase, remember, and after erasing we have reload it. Okay, so
Yeah.
what we are going to
Yeah.
do, we are going to do that one now also. So suppose our router is pre-configured and everything is there. So what I will do, I'll come here, erase a startup config. Do you want to erase? Yes, see NVRAM, erasing NVRAM file system. Remove all the configuration, yes, and then reload. That's it. Now your router is new. Okay, no. See now your router is new. Enable config like that. Okay. Okay. Now there is one more option. This is for the new routers. Okay.
Okay.
And this is one-time configuration. Like maybe you are a network administrator of the company. Okay. And you have assigned this router for accounts department. Okay.
Okay.
So you want to give some kind of welcome message. So let me write that welcome message. Okay. So if whenever you want that whenever your router boots or start, it shows some kind of welcome message or some kind of restriction message, something like that. So you can come to config mode. First you write here host name R1. Okay. And then you can type here banner MOTD message of the day, and you can write some kind of messages. Okay, unauthorized access to the device is prohibited. Okay,
Okay.
enter, and then exit, and you can save it. And now you can exit. See, when you are clicking start, see, can you see? So I just wrote a small message, but if you want to write a long message, long informational message, so you can write that one also.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
like this Cisco device or something. Okay,
Okay.
this router is part of accounts department, unauthorized access, like that. You can write anything. Okay,
Okay.
or you can write something, some message like that. Like let me write again. Enable config banner message of PD, okay, hash. So first command you can write this one. See, hash, you have to use hash always. Okay, hash means to
Okay.
start the message from where you are starting the message. Okay, and then you have some other options. Okay, paste, and then not hash, hash you can remove from here. Creator, and in the last you have to use hash to close this message. Okay,
Okay.
hash, and then enter, exit, save, exit, and now enter. See, like this.
Yeah.
After that, this is some basic configurational command. Okay,
Okay.
so this is a task, but this task will be done after the IP configuration. Okay, so today I'm going to
Okay.
show you that how we are going to configure our Cisco routers. Okay,
Okay.
so when you will open GNS, I hope GNS is running in your system, right?
Right.
Okay. So let me take one informational. So here, see, if you will open this lab, so first of all you have to write the name of the project, any name, lab 1, like this, any name, whatever, like routing lab 1, static routing lab 1, connect, okay, any type of, you have to write the project name. And then see, when you click on this icon, you will get here, okay, here you will get these kinds of routers. Okay, so whatever router will be there in your system, you have to drag and drop, drag and drop, okay, drag and drop like this. Okay, then
Okay.
here below to the router you will find here switches. Okay,
Okay.
so here you have to select Ethernet switch, and here you have to select GNS3 VM, not your PC. Okay, now if you want to change the icon of this system, this switch, you can change as a real switch. Okay, see, it's a switch now. Change host name also, you can write switch 1. And now as I told you that here you have one router, so you need two switches with, okay, so just right click on this switch and click on duplicate, so you have another duplicate switch, two devices. Okay, now you need some systems, some computers. So you can come here to the computer, here you have to select VPCS, virtual PC. Okay, and then drag
Okay.
and drop, simple. Okay, same here, this is your PC1. Okay, you want to change the icon here also, you can change, but it's not important. But if you want to make it little bit, like authentic lab or something, like the people can understand, okay, so you can change the icon.
Yeah.
PC1, right click, duplicate, PC2, and then again duplicate PC3 and PC4. We can copy this and bring it here.
So I don't see anything.
You're not getting anything.
Anything.
No, but its screen is running.
Let
Maybe
me see.
internet is the issue. No problem, I'm recording it.
Okay.
Okay, now still the problem is there.
I don't know if it's on my side.
Okay, screen is blank.
Okay. 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 It's on my side.
It came or not?
It's came.
Okay, it's came. Okay, so now you have the devices, now you have to connect, so you have to click on the cable to connect. You click on this router. So router will have two type of cable, Ethernet and serial. So remember in the
Yeah.
beginning of the class I told you that we have two type of connectivity. So if you are connecting router to router, you can use Ethernet or serial. But if when you are connecting
Okay.
router to switch, you have to always use Ethernet. Okay.
Ethernet. Okay.
Yes. So serial, router to switch, Ethernet, and switch to computer is also Ethernet.
Ethernet.
RJ45.
Yeah.
Okay. So now here we have to define some kind of LAN network. Okay, that this
Okay.
device belongs to which network. Okay. So first of all here the this IP is WAN IP address. Okay, and this IP address is your network LAN IP address. So here you can say our LAN network is 192.168.10.0/24. Okay, so this is your WAN area. Okay, and this is your LAN area. This is your WAN IP. Okay, okay. Now, so we are going to configure. So before configuring, you have to click on this ABC icon, this one. Okay.
Okay.
So when you will click on this ABC, so you will get the port number or port identification. Okay. Now always keep in mind switch port number and PC port numbers are not important. Okay, so you can remove it. But router port numbers are important. Okay,
Okay.
and why you are removing, just for clear visibility. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can see all the ports are red, right?
Right.
Okay. So you have to click here to start the devices. Okay.
Okay.
So click here to start the devices. Yes. Now ports are green. So now we have to configure the devices. Okay. So for configuring
Okay.
the devices, we have to click here console connect to all devices. Okay.
Okay.
So when you will click here, so PC1, PC2, and then router 1, then router 2, and then PC3, PC4. Okay. Now we'll come to router first. Okay. To configure the IP address. So whenever we want to configure IP address to our router, we have to move to which mode?
To configure the IP,
Configuring.
you
Yes,
global mode.
configuration mode. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, global configuration. Okay. Now on this router one, how many interface we have?
Two
Two
interfaces.
interface. Very good. So you write here interface serial 2/0 IP address 12.1.1.1.
Mhm.
Why we are writing slash 252? Why? Because of /30, right?
Right.
No shut down. So this port is okay now. Okay, you can see the port is up,
It's
right?
okay. Yeah.
Okay, now E0 by 0 is remaining. So you type here interface E0 by 0 IP address 192.168.10.10. I'm using 10.10. You can use any of the IP, because see here, to this WAN area you have only two IP address, only two IP address.
Address.
So one you are using here on R1 and two you are using here. Simple, right? So I'm using dot
Right.
one here and dot two here. But here, how many IP addresses you have? You have 255 IP address, and here also you have 255 IP address. So
Address.
I'm using here 192.168.10.10, right? Are you
Correct.
getting? And here I'm using 192.168.20.10. Okay. You can use any IP address, okay, between that. No shut. So my E0 by 0 is also completed. Okay, so two interface is completed and you can see a status is also up. Then I will exit, and what I will do? Save, right?
Right.
Okay, and then which command I will write here? So IP interface brief exclude unassigned. So you can see here my port is IP is configured, okay?
Okay.
And you can see here serial is Ethernet is both up, status and protocol, but this serial is only a status is up but protocol is down. Why? Because see, this
Down.
side is up, this side port is up, but this side port is down.
Is
That's why it
down.
is down. Okay, so when
Okay.
this side will be up, automatically your protocol will also come up. So let's
Okay.
come to R2. Conft interface serial 2 by 0 IP address 12.1.1.2 252 no shut, and then interface is 0 by 0 IP address 192.168.20.10 255.255.255.0, and then no shut, and exit save, and then run that command. So IP interface brief exclude unassigned. See, all is okay. And in the R1 also you can see here. See, now R1 also is okay, right? Are you getting?
Yeah.
Now let me show you one. If I came to R1, see, I wrote some shortcut command here. Int is 0 by 0. But here in R1, I have written full interface.
Full interface.
Okay. So Cisco routers and switches are very clever. If you write three word also, three character also,
Mm.
automatically it will detect and it will understand that you are going to write interface.
Interface.
Yes. And see, here I wrote IP address, but here I wrote only IP add. So router understood that yes, add after add is address. Now see how it is understand. Conf t int, see, tab automatically came to interface E0 by
Yeah.
0. If I'm writing IP add tab, see, address. Okay. So
Okay.
never get confused that okay, why you're writing three word or four. See, so IP int brief, but see, but the real command is so IP interface brief exclude unassigned. Let me write that full command.
Yeah.
See, this is short command, but if you want to write so IP interface
Brief.
brief exclude unassigned, like this. But if you can write like this, Cisco understand. Cisco routers,
Okay.
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 Okay, so we saw that how to configure IP address to our router interfaces. Now we'll move to PC. Okay, so here in this area, R1 area, this is the different LAN, right? 192.168.10.0/24. Here we have two PC1 and PC2. So PC1 IP is 1 and PC2 IP is 2. So let's come here. See how to write IP 192.168.10.1 Okay, what is the subnet mask?
35,
Okay, and
35.
what is the gateway address? So router IP address will be used as a gateway address of the computers inside your LAN area.
Yeah.
Okay, and now you can save this. So PC saving command is different. Okay, but router saving command is different. Okay.
It's different.
Okay. Now we are going to write the configuration. Okay. Now we are going to configure IP address to PC2. Okay, and then save. Now we'll come to PC3. So PC3 belongs to 20 network. You can see here 20 network, right?
Okay.
So we'll come here, and here we are using 20.10 is the gateway and 20.1 is the IP. Save.
Yeah.
Now come to 420.2. Save. Okay. So now you can see here IP address is configured on PCs as well as router, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay. But now if PC1 wants to ping. Now PC1 wants to communicate from PC1. You want to send some kind of message or ping packet from PC1 to PC3. Okay. So what is the PC1 IP address?
Um,
It's
one
192.168.10.1. Okay. And
10.1.
here what is the PC3 IP address? 20.1.
20.1.
So they belongs to same network or a different network?
Different network.
Different network, right? So if you're coming
Yeah.
here, PC1 is trying to communicate to a same network computer. See, is communicating, right? Same network.
Yes.
But if PC1 is trying to communicate to a different network computer, what message that computer is getting? Destination host unreachable.
Just unreachable.
And who is telling? The router is telling. So this
Yeah.
PC is sending message to router, and router is saying, my friend, I can only help you to communicate with the same LAN computers, or maybe the computers which is connected to me, or the network which is connected to me. But
Mm.
the remote networks, computers, I won't be able to communicate. And for that you need
Routing.
what? Routing.
Routing.
Okay. That's why we have to learn routing. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So in our next lesson, we will be starting our routing session. Slowly, we will complete our routing. Okay.
Okay.
So in this session, we have understood how to secure our router and how to configure IP address, right?
Yeah.
And in
Right.
our next lesson, we'll come to know that how to configure routing, okay? Types of
Okay.
routing, routing introduction, and all those things, okay?
Okay. Okay.